Okay, well, we have a quorum, so we'll get underway. Don't forget to turn the ringers off on your gadgets. If you have any papers for us, they go to Mr. Curran, who wears the hat of Sergeant at Arms, along with Chair of the Administration Committee and Knight Commander of the Victorian Order, I think. So anyway, Madam Clerk, you want to do a roll call?
Bell. Curran.
Here.
Freeling.
Present.
Harrison.
Here.
Pinkelman. Majerick.
Here.
Here. Pittsburgh.
Here.
Ballrath.
Here.
Werfel.
Here.
Yarborough. Is she coming? But she's not in here. Elliott.
Here.
Mr. Chair, you have 9 present, 3 absent.
Okay, thank you. The minutes from a week ago need to be approved.
I'll
Moved by
second.
Volrath, supported by Pitchford. Any discussion about those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Is this a good time to talk about requisitions?
Yes. Morning. Does anybody have any questions about the requisition list?
I just had a quick question on
You sure?
the sewer and water for here and for the Port Street. You had to add to it. Is that because the rates went up? How did we come up short in that account?
I'm guessing it's just we estimate where we think it's gonna be, and then depending on how that comes in, we have to adjust at the end of the year, near the end of the year.
Okay, that's all. That's it. We're good. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else have any questions?
Perfect, thank you.
All right, thank you. We have scheduled discussions. We'll do the Microsoft 365 transition after the life-saving awards for the Sheriff's Department. We have the sheriff and the US here and some other folks that I think we all know. So Chuck?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to say thank you to the entire board for allowing us to come do this. I got a chance this morning on the radio to say, very proud of the men and women that serve in the sheriff's office, and it's a great opportunity for us to be able to express that in a more public forum. So we really appreciate you taking the time to allow us to do that. So I feel like there's some background. But Chief Deputy Soulard, obviously Greg Sanders, is here. 2 of the recipients, Deputy Dominic Forestieri and then Deputy Brian Root. You guys want to, you can come up and stand now. The undersheriff's going to read a little bit about each of the situations involved and why we're here today.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to share the stories with you. I'm going to start with January of this year on the 21st, 2024. Deputy Brian Root was on duty in Niles Township, responded to a residential house fire. He was the first one to get there. 2-story house that's on fire. The lower levels filled up with smoke and fire, and 3 individuals are able to climb down a ladder. He notices that there's a young child still on the 2nd floor. The child on the 2nd floor is hesitant about making her way out the window and down the ladder. And without hesitation, Deputy Root climbs the ladder, is able to grab the child, throw her over his shoulder, and get her out of the house. If he hadn't done that, she could have been overcome with smoke, retreated back into the house. But because of his quick action and brave action and extreme composure in that stressful situation, there was no fatalities, or that was a good outcome and a very impressive body camera video to watch. And we presented a life-saving award to Deputy Brian Root.
Award presented to you in honor and gratitude for your actions in the city of Niles on January 21st, 2024, where you arrived on the scene of a structure fire and noticed a young female on the second floor having trouble getting out of the window. You proceeded up the ladder and carried her down to safety. Without your assistance, the child may have suffered greater smoke inhalation and retreated back into the home out of fear. Your rapid response and bravery was crucial in the saving of the life of this young child. Thank you.
All right, next, we're going to fast forward to March 22nd of 2024 with Deputy Dominic Forestieri. Deputy Dominic Forestieri is on patrol in Niles. He stopped at a traffic light. He witnesses a car kind of crash into a curb. He pulls behind it, and the driver of the vehicle comes running out with an infant, saying that the child isn't breathing. Deputy Forestieri notifies the ambulance, calls the ambulance, takes the child in his arms, assesses the child, starts with back blows, evaluates the child. The child's not breathing, begins chest compressions, and is able to revive the child temporarily. The child then goes back unconscious, stops breathing again. Deputy Forestieri then transports the child in his car to the hospital about a mile away. He continues to monitor the child, notices the child not breathing, continues chest compressions, and is able to revive the child as they're arriving to the hospital, and turns the child over to more advanced care at the emergency room. So very brave actions out of the blue there by Deputy Forestieri, and we've presented him with a life-saving award also.
Deputy Dominic Forestieri. This life-saving award is presented to you with honor and gratitude for your actions on March 22nd, 2024. While on patrol, you observed a vehicle crash into the curb and went to assist. There was an unresponsive, possibly choking baby. After performing 2 back blows with no response or breathing, you began giving chest compressions. Ultimately, the child became responsive. Your rapid response and decisive intervention was crucial in saving the life of this young child.
And unfortunately, Deputy Matt Grimm couldn't make it this morning, but I want to explain an incident that he dealt with July 26th of 2024. On that day, there was a in-progress domestic violence call that he responded to with other officers out to Bainbridge Township. When he got there, or right before he got there, dispatch radioed that the suspect had climbed onto the roof and was threatening suicide. As Deputy Grimm arrived, he was able to locate the individual and began a dialogue with this individual. The individual had a handgun, presented a handgun, chambered up around, and held the handgun to his head. Deputy Grimm continued a dialogue with this individual. Other officers were able to evacuate the pregnant female victim and a 1-year-old from inside the home. This dialogue between Deputy Grimm and the suspect on the roof threatening suicide continued for about an hour. Ultimately, Deputy Grimm was able to convince the individual to put down the gun and climb down. He was arrested at that point, transported to jail, but without that composure and de-escalation of that communication, things could have been a lot worse. So we've presented Deputy Matt Grimm with a life-saving award from that incident.
Good evening. You know, Matt is not here. We will present this to him at a later date. Like as the undersheriff said, a life-saving award, Deputy Matthew Grimm. This life-saving award is presented to you with honor and gratitude for your actions on July 26, 2024, when you responded to a report of an in-progress domestic violence call in Benton Charter Township. You began dialogue and negotiations with the armed suicidal suspect immediately, allowing other officers to get the pregnant victim and one-year-old child to a secure location. Ultimately, the suspect surrendered. Your rapid response, decisive intervention, and calm demeanor were crucial in preventing the loss of life. So, Deputy Mayor. Thank you for the opportunity to recognize the outstanding work of all three. And obviously to Brian and Dominic that are here, thank you very much for your continued service, what you do every day, but especially to these students. Thanks, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. No, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for giving us time.
Sheriff? Did the little one recover?
Huh?
Did the little one recover?
Yes, yeah.
Folks, since we're going to be going off of YouTube because of a security update for the county IS, maybe now would be a good time to do public comments, since we will be off YouTube. If anyone has anything they would like to share, feel free to do so now. You'll have another chance at the 10:30 meeting if you stick around, but are there any public comments right now? No? Okay, well, thank you. Well, we're going to go off of YouTube because IS is going to be giving us an update that we don't want to broadcast to the Russians, Chinese, anyone else. So